I was in the old super fund. Oh, in New South Wales, it was the old 60s fund that finished in, I think, 72. Sorry, no, finished in 92. The government actually offered us $5,000 to move over to a new fund, but a lot of us decided to stay. We thought there's got to be something fishy about that. And so we stayed where we were, and now we know why. And so, yeah, we were lucky. And see, when Bob died, I got his 2/3 of his pension again. So that was a part of that. That was a part of that situation. Yeah, no, well, not really. I just because I'm not working on today. Let's do it this way.
Exhibitors and guests, welcome to the 11th Australian National Beagle Championship Show. We ask you to take time to observe the opening ceremony and welcome those introduced at this show. The Beagle Club of Queensland, host of the 11th National, acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we meet, the people of the Indigenous nations of the Yuggera and Turrbal tribes, as well as the traditional owners of all lands across Queensland and Australia. We pay our respects to the elders past, present and emerging, for they hold the memories, the traditions, the culture and hopes of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people across this land. We welcome exhibitors and guests from across Australia, New Zealand and around the world. We welcome and thank all Beagle clubs from across Australia for their support. We introduce representatives from the Beagle clubs across Australia on behalf of the National Beagle Council and of all of the state member clubs. Please welcome the banners and representatives of these Beagle clubs from across Australia. Firstly, the Beagle Club of New South Wales. The Beagle Club of Victoria. The West Australian Beagle Club. And the host club for the 11th Beagle National, the Beagle Club of Queensland. At the 11th National, the Australian National Beagle Club Championship Show, we not only celebrate our beloved breed, we also acknowledge the significant contributions of the work of the Beagle to our history over the years. The Beagle has for centuries assisted us in many facets of work, society, sport and leisure. Today, we acknowledge a few of the many roles Beagles have undertaken throughout history. The work of Beagles comes from many characteristics of the breed, whether it be in their gentle nature, beautiful looks, or their intelligence. But it is their incredible sense of smell that is the foundation for the Beagle and has allowed it to be worked in many roles for detecting and locating. We welcome Vicky Hogan from the Beagle Club of Queensland with Elsa. Elsa's keen sense of smell shows how she can locate and identify even the slightest sense that would be undetectable to humans, and indicate our breed over generations can be used to help us in our daily lives, forming the basis of much of the work undertaken by Beagles over the century. Please welcome Vicky Hogan.
Good morning, everyone. I'm not used to public speaking, so I'm very sorry. But scent work was recognised by the ANKC as a sport in July in 2020, and what a perfect sport for our breed. It's basically very similar to the work the quarantine dogs do. We teach the dogs to identify a particular scent. In this case, it's birch, clove, anise, and cypress. And as their indication, you then indicate to the judge that you've found it. We, however, have to teach them to ignore food, which is quite difficult. That doesn't come in until the later stages because we have the 4 levels. We have novice, no food. Advanced, no food. Excellent, getting tricky now. We have the food. And then we have masters, where we have food, we have human distractors. We also don't know how many scents are out here, and there could be none. So we have to know our dogs, and we have to know them well and trust them, basically trust them to do the work for us. So what I've got here is I've set up these little tubes here from the Bunnings plumbing section. If you see some crazy people running around the plumbing section, they're probably doing scent work. So I have out here, these are my training tubes. I use these to help them to just really identify that odour. Now I've got hundreds of them because I've added food distractors. In one of them there's chilies, there's liver treats, and then we've also got other distractors. You can have animal skins, you can have chicken feathers, you can have anything out there to try to distract them, basically. So I use these to train my girls. Then I've just got a really small little bag search here. We would do, in the competition scent work, we have 4 elements, so we have containers. In a novice, you'd have 10 white in exactly the same boxes. As you go up the levels, it becomes more like this, but up to masters, which Elsa and Tilly, my other little beagle, they both compete in masters containers, and they can have 36 of anything that could be considered a container. We do interior, exterior, and also vehicles. So a demonstration about what we do. Yes. Oh, yes. Sorry. So as you can see, they might not necessarily find it on the first pass because those bags, it depends upon where the zipper is. So sometimes you have to take a couple of passes and that's when you start to panic in a trial. But you just go the other way and hope for the best. Anyway, thank you so much for this morning and good luck to everyone.
Thank you very much, Vicky. Please thank again Vicky, Elsa and Tilly. The sense of smell has allowed the Beagle to be used in many roles to support our work, our society and our health. In Australia, Beagles are being used by the Australian Quarantine Inspection Service, Australian Border Force, the Department of Education, Fisheries and Forestry, along with other government agencies, to detect and prevent illegal products from entering or travelling across Australia. It's estimated that Beagles and other detection dogs find up to 9,000 risk items during their work life and help to keep borders safe and secure. It's almost impossible to place a value on our breed for its work across the world in quarantine and border security. More recently, Beagles have been used for commercial detection of insects and other vermin as part of our education programs. Beagles are used to detect termites in walls and floorings and lice and bed bugs within furniture and other household items and commercial items. Pest companies use Beagles detections to concentrate treatments in affected areas. Queensland Rail uses Beagles as part of their cleaning program for passenger trains. The dogs locate infestations of insects on their trains so the eradication program can be more effective. For a number of decades, Beagles have been increasingly used to detect rare and elusive species or traces of endangered animals. The use of wildlife detection dogs is well established in North America, Europe and in Oceania, including Australia. Beagles have played a key role in conserving many endangered species across the world, aiding researchers to track and locate animals as part of the conservation efforts and to maintain biodiversity. With the Beagle's gentle nature, tolerance and love of humans, we see our breed being used as therapy and support dogs across the world. They provide services in mental health to support students and people with disability and to ease suffering for patients in palliative care. Beagles are used for sensing the pre-onset of seizures in epileptic patients and are being trained to locate skin melanomas and other cancers, sometimes well before being detected through other means. And of course, we couldn't celebrate our breed without taking a look at its fame in film, television, cartoons and in advertising. Dozens of movies and TV shows, cartoons and hundreds of ads feature beagles, often as the star of the show. We celebrate the Beagle stars of movies such as Cats and Dogs, Underdog, Inspector Gadget, Regarding Henry, John Wick, The Royal Tenenbaums, Used Cars, Shiloh and Rusty, just to name a few. On TV shows including Star Trek, Banana Splits, EastEnders, The 1 Years, or The Man of Born. In cartoons including the Beagle Boys, Wallace and Gromit, Beagle, and probably the most famous Beagle of them all, Snoopy. With famous people and celebrities including former United States President Lyndon Johnson, Barry Manilow, David Hasselhoff, and of course Meghan Markle. Science and exploration has the Beagle name associated with Apollo missions to the moon, Mars rovers, and through the name of Charles Darwin's ship that he used to travel around the world. And of course, their mischievous nature, amazing escaping abilities, knack for getting into things they shouldn't, and their gift for trouble, beagles keep everybody amused on YouTube. So with many roles undertaken by beagles, we now acknowledge how it all began for our beloved hound and celebrate the beagle from its origins as a hunting dog. So please welcome the Beagle Club of Queensland Hunting Pack. Round of applause for the Beagle Pack. Exhibitors, we now welcome our judges and officials for the 11th Beagle National. From Australia, judging yesterday's Australasian and Futurity sweepstakes, first of all, Heather Jones from WA and Carol Woolcock from New South Wales. From New Zealand, also judged for the Australasian and Futurity sweepstakes, Sandy Dunlop. From Sweden, judging the Australasian and Futurity sweepstakes and property classes, Jill Roden. And from Sweden, judging all breed classes, challenges and general specials, please welcome our judge for today and tomorrow, Elizabeth Roden. Our officials for the National, please welcome Trevor Stully, our show manager. Our ring steward, Andrew Zeeble. And our assembly steward, Cherie Jewell. Exhibitors, officials and guests, please be upstanding for the national anthems and songs for Sweden, New Zealand and Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain upstanding for the traditional Ode to the Beagle, read by Wendy Lyons, founding member and life member of the Beagle Club of Queensland.
Bless rider and horse, and hounds that run and shield them from danger to life and limb. May those who ride and those who carry come to the close of the day unhurt and give thanks. Bless those over whose lands we hunt, and grant them that no deed or omission of ours may cause them hurt or trouble. Bless the rabbits who partake in the chase, that they may run straight and true. And bless the hounds to our use and their joyful part. Bless all present for this sight.
Thank you, exhibitors. The 11th Beagle National is now officially open. We hope all our exhibitors and guests enjoy their time, and we wish everyone good luck and good showing. Thank you, everyone. And go the Matildas.
Oh no.
Just a reminder that the first class will commence at 10 a.m, so we have just over 30 minutes to go.